Omni Lucid presents.
Hey everyone, welcome to Omni Lucid presents the review of Yggdrasil. So we're going to start doing review videos now just to make things a little bit different. Instead of including them in the long playthrough videos, I'm going to do short review videos so you guys can kind of just check those quickly and then decide if you want to watch those long playthrough videos later on. I hope you do, but obviously not everybody loves every game. So just something new that we wanted to do and that I wanted to do personally, just to try and get some shorter videos out there for you. So with that, we'll just dive right in. So Yggdrasil is by Z-Man Games. This is an older game, so you may have seen things on it before, maybe not. This is from 2011, I believe. And this game has a few different mechanics to it. It has dice rolling, action points, a little tiny bit of set collection, and it is a co-op game. So what you are trying to do in Yggdrasil is, and it's obviously a Norse theme, I should say that. One of the reasons why I've really been wanting this game for a long time, and it came up in my local trading group, and I snatched it as soon as I did. It normally goes for a lot more money, and it was just a really great price this time, so I snatched it right away. It's the only thing I've been playing for the last week and a half, actually maybe even 2 weeks now. So I already really enjoy it, but I'll go over some of the pros and cons with you as well. So the whole point of this game is you are the Norse gods, and you are trying to prevent the evil forces from Norse mythology from breaking into Asgard. Now, those evil forces come in the form of all the usual villains that, if you know anything about Norse mythology, that you're used to. So you have Loki, you have Fenrir, you have Jormungandr, Nidhogg, Hel, and Surt. So you have 6 villains that are all trying to break into Asgard, and you have a certain amount of time, or they're going to continue to move towards Asgard as you play. So you have to try and stop them as quickly as you can. Now, you are going to do this by, first, you're going to choose which god you want to play. The way you do that, you take one of these awesome little player mats, these big, giant, oversized cards, and you're going to pick one of your gods. Obviously, you got Thor, Freya. It's all the really popular ones. The artwork on this whole game is really awesome. Just the box cover alone is really cool, but I enjoy all of it. And I'll show you the board in just a second. But you go through, you pick one of your gods. They do all have asymmetric powers as well. And then once you pick your god, you go ahead and start. Now, let me go ahead and show you this board here. So there's a lot of different places you can go on this board. You have, let's see, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different locations you can go. And each one of those lets you do something differently. Now, as I said, you get action points. So you only get 3 action points on your turn. So you have to use those actions to go around the board. You have to recruit Vikings, your Einhar, your dead Vikings. You have to recruit them to you to help you fight the forces. They're going to constantly be moving up this track trying to get to Asgard over here. And as they do, you have to fight them and knock them back again. But each time they move, they also have an ability that they're going to be doing against you. So it's a pretty brutal game. It's pretty so far all of my games have been fairly quick. I have not won yet. I got very close on my very first game, but still have not won. Now let's jump into some of the things. So as far as pros, like I said, the artwork is amazing. I love the theme of the game, and the mechanics of it and how it works. It's just great. I mean, you really feel like you're one of the gods, like beating back these evil forces. Every time that Loki moves forward, and when Loki moves forward, his player power is he calls in some frost giants. So, he moves forward and he calls in some backup, and then they're doing stuff to you. So you have to beat him back, but at the same time, the frost giants are doing stuff to you as well. So it feels all very thematic, and I really enjoy that. I think they definitely made it feel like I'm really sitting here trying to protect Asgard, and it's a fight. It is not an easy game. I mean, every little bit you get, it's, you feel like, oh, thank God I knocked him back. I got him out of there a little bit more. As you're doing that, you can go and you can boost yourself. This is where the little bit of set collection comes in, because you can basically, you go to the dwarves and they make you a weapon that gives you a advantage over one of those enemies. Now the set collection comes in because the only way you can continue to upgrade is you have to get the level 1, level 2, and then level 3 versions of those weapons. So that's the little bit of set collection. On top of that, I guess is also set collection would be that you get runes for when you take out those frost giants, and if you complete the entire rune, then you get another little bonus action that happens. So again, all around, I enjoy the game. Like I said, I've been playing it for the past week and a half, 2 weeks. I can't wait to get more people to play as well. I haven't had Ashley play with me yet. I want to see how it is with that, but it scales exactly to the amount of players, because the very first thing you do on your turn is you draw one of the enemy cards. The whole goal of the game is to get through the entire stack of enemy cards. I believe there's 42, if I remember right. And if you get to the end without them attacking Asgard, or enough of them getting close enough to Asgard, then you win. It's very hard to do, though, because the entire time they are messing with you. So, like I said, if you have 2 people, even though you're getting more actions, they're moving twice as much. More things are happening. So I'm really curious to see how that goes. Some of the things that I don't like about it, it can feel a little repetitive, because each of the enemies, they only do one thing. Now that thing does get stronger the closer they get to Asgard. They do kind of boost themselves. If you don't beat them back, then they kind of just get more powerful because they're getting closer. However, overall it's the same thing. So for instance, Loki always calls in frost giants. Now initially he only calls in one of those. As he gets closer, he'll call 2, and then if he gets really close, he'll call in 3 at one time. So he does get more powerful, but it's still the same thing. He's always just calling frost giants. And so that's the part where it does get a little repetitive. Nothing that it hasn't turned me away from it yet. So far it might not be too big of an issue. That was one thing that I noticed. They're just doing the same thing over and over and over again. The other thing is the luck mechanics to it. So I'm not a huge fan of games that rely so much on luck. I don't mind dice rolling. In fact, I like rolling dice. I mean, Dice Throne is one of my favorite games. Or sorry, I guess it's over there. One of my favorite games. So it's not necessarily just the luck of the roll, like dice game luck mechanics, but on top of that, you also have token drafting, I guess is what I'll call it. I don't know if that's the actual term, but that's what I'm going to use. Basically, when you go to recruit any of your Vikings to come help you fight, you have these bags here, and these bags each represent one of the islands where your Valkyries are going out to get more souls for you to fight. But the thing is, each bag also has fire giants. So if you are looking for Vikings, you go ahead and shake this up, you reach in, you randomly grab 3 tokens. We'll just do this real quick, and out of those 3, okay, so I got 2 Vikings and a fire giant. So I get to keep those 2, but that fire giant goes back in the bag. So there's also that luck as well, because as you keep going, if you're not managing which Vikings are where in that, you could go to try and get some Vikings to help you fight, and you could end up with 0. You might pull 3 giants. So there's also that luck mechanic. That's one where I'm not too big of a fan of that. I could see that turning some people away from the game, and I couldn't blame you for that. But those are kind of the only bad things. Kind of a little bit repetitive, and the luck factor. Everything else feels pretty good. Some of these ice giants can be really nasty as to what they do, but it just adds to the difficulty of the game. It doesn't ruin it by any means. So I'm not gonna knock them for that. I think and with it being a co-op, you kind of want the game to be really tough, because you don't want it to be easy to beat. You need a challenge. Like I said, I've been playing all week. I haven't won yet, and I'm loving it, because it feels like, oh, I'm fighting them every single time. Let's see how this goes. I haven't played every single god yet. The only one that I haven't played, I think, was it Heimdall, I think. Or no, actually it was... Yes, Heimdall. So normally you would draw 3 people out of the bag. Heimdall lets you draw 4. So he's the only one that I haven't played yet, but the gods' powers, they all feel pretty helpful, I guess I'll say. I enjoy that aspect of it, but yeah. The one other thing that I wish they would have included, it's not a huge... it doesn't kill the game for me, but I wish they would have included a way to keep track of where you've gone, because you can only go to each location once on your turn. Now, simple enough solution. I went on BGG, and because all of us board gamers are awesome, we like to help each other out. Somebody had these just these little token things, the little paper printout things, so that you can, as you play, you just lay them on top of the space you went, so you remember where you went. But yeah, that was one other thing I kind of wish they would have included. But otherwise, all around so far, I'm enjoying the game. I don't think that the repetitiveness is going to ruin it for me anytime soon. If anything, it might just mean that I stop playing it for a little bit and come back to it later, which I'm totally fine with, because again, I love the theme, I love the look of it. I'm having fun playing the game, and in the end, that's really what it's all about. So that is my review of Yggdrasil by Z-Man Games. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If that sounds like something you'd like to see more of, definitely come by and check out the rest of the videos. I'm going to do a rules and setup video right after this one, and then after that one I will do a full playthrough as well. So those videos will be there for you if you decide that you did like this video and this does interest you at all, so you can always check out more. If not, then we will see you next time for the next game. Alright, have a good one, everyone.